Hello and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Fringe reaction. This is season 4 episode 4, subject 9. We've had subject 13 last season, which turned out to be Olivia, and it was referring to the Jacksonville trials. So I'm assuming subject 9 is another one of the test subjects, one we haven't met yet, maybe. So yeah, last episode was a pretty standard affair, but with some really dramatic undertones and a really dramatic ending. So the episode itself, cordyceps, a bit Stranger Things, a little bit, just the boy that was lost, felt alone in the world, hence the title, and formed a friendship with some sort of fungus entity thing. I don't know. But we did get some undertones. We got to learn how this sort of alternative reality, alternative timeline works. That the triggers that set off, all the various plot devices still happened. I was worried that the two Peters were both died of the illness. But that wouldn't have triggered a war, would it? So yeah, Walter still went over and kidnapped alternative Peter, but then he drowned in the ice because the Watcher, the Observer, wasn't there to save him this time round. There's things going on with the Observers. I have no idea. I really don't have any idea of what's going on with them. Then we've got the ending where Walter, obviously, he's been seeing Peter in the reflections and things and hearing his voice. Talks to Olivia, and it turns out Olivia's been seeing Peter in her dreams and drew him. So Walter now knows, and Olivia now knows, that it's not random, and that they've got to find him. And that's where we left it. And oh wow, things are really heating up because I'm starting to get worried that we're not going to see Peter again. The constant mentions and everything. I was beginning to start thinking that he'd been written out of the show as a physical, the actor. But maybe not. What else? Yeah, this alternative timeline. We've got Lincoln. That's come aboard the Fringe division on this side. I think he's going to be a great asset because, as we know, he's the head of the Fringe division in the alternative timeline, alternative universe. Yeah, so yeah, we're in an alternative timeline to everything, but the alternative universe is also in an alternative timeline. Everything seems to be sort of the same, apart from the non-existence of Peter. But is it little things that are different? Haven't quite covered that yet. So, subject 6B. Let's go.
And yet traces of him continue to bleed through.
Do they continue to bleed through because we're talking about multiverses? In some universe, he survived. Is she dreaming of Peter because we know her psychic abilities? What the... Oh yeah, it is. She can use her mind power to bring him fully into this universe. What good is a gun against that? Come on. It did what? Yeah, I think that was Peter trying to bleed through.
Vivier, how nice of you to visit.
Well, technically, I'm not really visiting because I work here.
Oh, yeah. See, as I said before, without Peter's influence, Walter's mind is fractured.
Any more dreams? Did he visit again?
When I woke up this morning, there was some kind of energy hovering above my bed. I know it sounds crazy, but it was making some kind of droning noise, and it seemed to be...
Is it the other
It
side?
was powerful.
Have the other side figured out a way of opening bridges?
It touched me.
Ooh.
Oh, my.
Ouch.
Do you think that I'm causing this? Like when I was a child and I set fire to the room?
Yeah, I think she is causing it. I think. Oh dear. She hasn't done anything yet with it. Okay, so is she causing it? Yes, I think she is causing it to happen, but she's not creating it.
Astrid, what's wrong?
What's happening?
Oh.
Olivia!
What's going on in there?
Walter, what are you talking about?
Astrid, what's wrong?
This is time shifted. This
Olivia, what's happening?
something's.
So you're saying that your equipment recorded the event before it occurred?
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Whatever it is, it seemed somehow to affect time.
What are you thinking, Walter?
I'm not sure it caused a time effect before.
Before?
It did
I
by
thought you said
about a
you'd never
minute.
seen anything like this.
Exactly like this, no.
No, come on. I haven't seen this much fear in your face since Bobby Hastings asked you to the prom.
Oh, they know each other very well. Then
So, what can I do to help you, dear?
You've done it. Walter thinks he knows how to deal with it. We just need to find the file.
interesting. I didn't realise Olivia and Nina had a better relationship in this.
Walter, what are you doing?
Going with Agent Dunham, of course. Now that we know who he is and where we have to go to find him.
Walter, you haven't left the lab in 3 years.
You could be killed. I know the patient. I know his capabilities. You do not. Claire, will you please man the cameras in my absence?
Really?
Claire.
Claire?
Claire.
That doesn't even start with an A.
I thought that door was open there for a second.
Must be nearly 6 o'clock.
We're in the wrong place. All this mail is addressed to Mark Little. Cameron James must have moved on.
No, he still lives here. Look around. There's no metal anywhere. He's even changed the light fixtures. The letter in your jacket. From Sinclair's. I wasn't snooping. I saw the emblem.
So you opened the letter and read its
I was
contents. Yeah.
I'm sorry you weren't supposed to see that.
It's all right. I've never had any illusions about the nature of this relationship, our relationship. I merely work for you.
That's why you left the lab, isn't it, Walter?
To prove you can function as a normal human being.
Prove that you're capable.
He had to.
I suppose tonight hasn't been my strongest showing.
Oh, baby steps, baby steps.
I'm only trying to do what's best.
Well, don't say that. Say you.
What's best for whom, Agent Dunham?
Well, I think the implication was what's best for you, but stress of the stress of the moment.
Oh dear.
Is Olivia drawing Cameron to her?
Mark Little?
Yeah?
Olivia Dunham, FBI. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Well, I'm actually looking for a man named Cameron James. I was... Hey! Cameron?
You can see that coming a mile off. The moment she was going to mention the name. Uh-oh. He Uh-oh. It's when he's scared. Heightened emotion.
No. The elevator, the lights. You're able to astral project.
Listen, Dr. Freak. I haven't been able to astral project since you stopped shoving needles in my arm when I was 7 years old. Now all I have are the bad side effects.
And those bad side effects are?
Anytime I have any kind of anxiety, I send metal flying, so I have to stay calm. That's the funny thing about life, it's not always calm, you know? I take a girl for something to eat. I say something stupid. I see she saw I said something stupid. Suddenly all the metal fillings are being pulled out of her mouth.
Ow.
So thanks for that. Can you understand what that's like?
I think he can. Okay. Oh, right. So this is definitely something else. This is Peter.
What do we do now?
For whatever reason, the force seems to be drawn to Agent Dunham. So now we wait. When it attacks her again, you will combine your energy with the energy of the power grid to destroy it.
Oh. Are you doing that?
What's happening? It's happening!
Peter? Yeah, it is Peter.
That's it! It's working!
Cameron!
Alright, she's figured it out. Oh. And she brought him back. She brought him in. From where? And lots of other questions. Oh, Ryden Lake, of course. And the Observer's there. Is it something to do with the thing that the Observer was supposed to do but didn't?
Dunham.
I just received a disturbing call. Father and son just pulled a man from the middle of Raiden Lake.
Where's Raiden Lake?
Upstate New York. Details are sketchy, but apparently whoever he is knows a lot of classified information. Things no one outside this division could possibly know.
Yes.
More. He claims to know every one of us.
Is he going to know why he knows those things? Because he hasn't had a past in this reality. I don't know, they timey-wimey.
Olivia, thank God you're here.
Who
Yeah.
are you?
Oh, right, so it's going to be slightly different Well, that was a doozy of an episode. We were really starting to heat up, I think, in as far as the plot line goes. It's all just so all over the place at the moment. But Peter's back. He knows them. But what timeline does he remember? I mean, does he remember the future timeline? Does he remember our original timeline when he was the one that got Walter out of St. Clair's? Or does he remember this timeline? Technically, he shouldn't really remember either timeline. Or does he remember a different timeline? Or what? Where? I have so many questions. I have so many questions that I can't even formulate them into words at the moment. A brilliant episode. The next one's going to be an absolute banger. It's got to be, if we're going to start dealing with where he's been and what the implications of that are. We haven't heard anything really from the other side. Recently, the last couple of episodes. So, apart from that room, we haven't been as back and forth between the two universes as we usually are. I don't know, I think I'm going to have to watch the next episode as quickly as possible. Until then, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.